think you say, ew, gross, because Rusty loves me. Ew, gross.
What's up, y'all? Let's turn up right here. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much in the Stanley Cup final. We got some things to talk about in terms of that. Don't put the cart before the horse, as I think they say. But it seems like it's going to be Carolina, Vegas. We were talking a little bit before. But who would you have in that one, Jake? Who's your team?
I mean, who I want and who I think is a different story. I would like to see Carolina get it done. What?
Why?
I mean, Vegas, they're just the villain, dude. Like, I mean, like, I actually don't hate them that, like, really, like everybody else does. But I don't know. Carolina's been around there for so long. Like, I think this year is like really their only chance to win it. Like after this year, like Florida comes back, everybody's gonna come back better in the East. I feel like this is just their one shot, get it out of the way. Fucking Vegas has already won. As much as I love Eichel, but I do think they're gonna get it done. Vegas.
Yeah, I could see it. I have a similar feeling with Vegas. It just seems like they just can't be stopped right now. Like it kind of reminds me of Florida in the last couple of years where it's just you just watch them and there's no chinks in their armor.
Chinks?
No pun intended. No, not that kind of chinks.
You meant Kinks.
Is it chinks or kinks?
Kinks.
Kings.
Oh, fuck. Damn. I
Like
actually
a kink and a hose.
All right, fair enough. One of you guys sucking something down?
Nah,
Wait,
I'm playing
don't
with the,
divert.
I'm playing with the screw
I hear
on.
you chirping me while you're sucking noodles through a straw over there.
Not sucking at noodles or anything, dude.
It sounds like it.
We had to literally re-record because you were just being racist.
I was not being racist, and I will not cut it out. That's staying in there. I genuinely thought that. But yeah, I was trying to make a pun, actually. I was trying to be a bad pun, and it turned racist really quick. But
Really bad.
yeah, but yeah, it just seems like they got no flaws in their game right now. Back to the hockey analysis real quick. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll obviously see how that other series. I think if Carolina can't close it out like next game, I think that might hurt them versus Vegas. Just a rested team in Vegas. I don't know who would have home ice. Probably Carolina, I would guess. Yeah,
Yeah, they
definitely.
had more points.
Yeah, so I guess that could play a factor too. But that'll be a hell of a series. We talked about it a little before, but like Rod the Bod versus Tortorella 5 years ago, Tortorella and Rod the Bod would have fought after a game, and I think they're probably past that a little bit in their careers, but two pretty
Might-
intense
Might
coaches.
have some verbal abuse.
Yeah. I
I
wonder
could see that happening.
I wonder if you can place a bet on whether the stanchion between the benches, if that will get pushed at one point. There's got to be like a poly market bet for that
Yeah.
with those
I
two.
would, I would bet for it.
Let's create one. I think you can do that. I think you can just create a bet for anything on those apps.
Really? That's so weird because you
I
could
don't
just
have them, so I could be very wrong. But
so
I feel
it's yeah, so it's solely based on just like social media attention. Like if you were to drive people to bet on something, you could just completely fake it. Like there's no the laws are gone, right?
Yeah.
There's no way they could tell for sure. Just Logan Paul staged a fight. It's like he dove, no one knows. He collects double the paycheck, walks away happy. Remember when I think it was the Avalanche, I think it was this playoffs. I think it was against LA, but one of the fans behind the bench broke the glass.
I didn't see that.
You probably did, but it's been
Yeah, I
a
think I know what you're talking
it's
about.
been a long couple weeks. I'll give you that. But that might happen to the stanchion, is my point, between the benches. So
A while ago, there was I want to say it was like Patty Waugh, but his when he was coaching actually in Colorado. He fucking went after some other coach. Not very shocking. He went after a fucking player this year, and he was like he like knocked the thing down like or some shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I can't think of who was against or whatever. But yeah, it probably was like Torts or something, honestly. But
Some other
yeah,
psycho.
that's what sparked the thought because I've seen videos, like multiple videos of coaches like pushing it back and forth because it'll lean one way and then they're just shoving it the other way. So we'll see. I mean, the playoffs so far, guys. I mean, what about just like what are your thoughts on it so far? Because I think Jake, the last we spoke, you had mentioned like, is this the least chance that like a weaker team or anybody could win it? And it felt like there was top dogs. I will say one of those top dogs that you thought probably got eliminated last week.
I mean, yeah, that was like pretty crazy that they got swept, but not saying everybody's healthy, but clearly they had a lot of injury problems. McCarr didn't play the first two games and was clearly very injured in the other two.
I wonder if that happened against Minnesota or maybe it was like at the end of the year. But yeah, I mean that's a kill. That's a killer injury to have.
Yeah, like I know they still don't know what it is with him, but I'm hearing that it's possible he might not even be ready for the start of next season.
Yeah, I mean we got to go back to this. You can't be saying I'm hearing like
Elliot
your
Friedman.
insiders. You just read it on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not
Okay. All
hearing.
right. I'm trying to sound professional here. Fuck.
You don't need to. We're not in that lane. I mean maybe
I did hear it, though.
maybe one day. Who said it? Oh,
Elliot Friedman.
Elliot Friedman. You read it out loud and then heard it.
No, I was listening to the podcast, but you know.
I got you. I got you. But yeah. So, I mean, that was pretty crazy. Now, I mean, the Minnesota series, like they beat them in what, 5?
Yeah.
And you kind of think like, all right, they got some rest going to Vegas. Obviously, injuries happen to everybody, but there was more than that, man. Like Kadri did nothing. Brock Nelson couldn't score with a handful of 50s in a brothel. Nobody could do anything. They waited too long to switch their goalies. It just seemed like it wasn't their year, and it's tough when you go all in like that. But you look at Vegas, they fire their coach with 8 days left in the season, bring in Tortorella, just a fucking shot in the arse. And they're look at them now. They got Mitch Marner in the Stanley Cup final. Like it's a crazy reality we're living in right now with the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, and it seems like Mitch is going to win the Conn Smythe. I mean, if they win, I don't think he's having that good of a postseason like McDavid win it if you lose. But this is what I was thinking about the other day that I was trying to remember earlier. Is Toronto the new Buffalo?
I mean, I
think it has to play out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think there's
It has
enough
to have more
example.
time.
There's potential for it though.
I mean,
100%.
Marner is like really the number one face of that. Yeah. So we'll see how the rest of it goes if Matthews stays or whatever. But
Matthews
Buffalo,
leaves this postseason, and then whoever he gets traded to wins the cup.
yeah. I mean, remember Eichel? Like he won like the next season with Vegas.
O'Reilly, Eichel, Reinhart. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah. I think Montour.
Fraser Minton.
Yeah, in Toronto. You got Minton. Bobby McMahon seemed to have a better close to the year with Seattle. Marner obviously is just a huge. If he were to go win a Conn Smythe the next season while they miss the playoffs,
Means the Bruins are going to win the cup.
of course, they get the first overall pick in that. It's like they still somehow it's like all right, they traded Marner for Gavin McKenna or Ivar Stenberg or whoever they end up going with, but yeah. It's interesting. I mean, the other side of it is speaking as if Carolina won. I don't know how much you guys have watched the Canes Habs series, but like the Habs have it seems to me like they've hit their level. Like this is as far as this team is going to go. It's a hell of a run. You look at their goaltender, keeping them in a lot of the games. A lot of these games, they won 2 game 7s with like under 10 shots on goal. The other night they had like 0 in the first half of the third period. It's like you're down a couple goals, put the fucking thing on the puck, but I mean on the net. But it's tough when you're playing teams that just are structurally so good. It's hard to get to the inside. So I don't
Can't
know.
outskill them at that point. And that's
Uh,
like I said, you can't outskill them at that point, and I feel like that's a huge part of Montreal's game.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems I've heard a lot. I haven't super I'm not analyzing it heavily, but I've heard about Keandre Miller and I've seen him come in on a few, points and just factoring in with some good plays. And that was a huge acquisition. That's something that like the Bruins have to look at as like a model. Like you look at what he's doing in uh Carolina and he had a pretty low stock leaving New York. And now he's playing like one of the best defensemen in the league. I honestly would look at Adam Fox out of the Rangers and see if you could somehow get him.
Honestly, not a horrible idea.
I think you could move one of those future picks, maybe this year's, but like, okay, this year's 20, whatever it is, 23rd, you were just talking about a left shot defenseman. It's like, well, getting Adam Fox would not like you don't have an issue on the left. I know obviously you weren't implying they did, but it's like you bring in Adam Fox, that solves that immediately. You don't give a shit if you move the 26th overall pick. I wonder how much else they would want in that trade, though. That it depends, obviously. What
Yeah,
you
that's
give
a
up.
weird situation too, because they are kind of like they're kind of going back into a rebuild.
Yeah, have they said that though? Because remember they did come out with a statement.
I think that was just a very like, hey, we're going into rebuild, but we don't want to panic anybody message.
That is staying in. I'm gonna make a compilation. But no, I hear you. I mean, besides the voice crack part of it, I definitely hear you. I would say, what were we talking about?
It's gonna be my new ringtone.
Shut the fuck up. I hate you guys.
I genuinely don't even
Need some
know.
water.
You can see it in his eyes, dude, when it happens. He's like, I really hope that went under the radar. Like,
Yeah.
please not have heard that.
You got to start having a kill switch on your microphone so you can like just when you sense it coming, just snap it.
Oh, something just fell off of it though.
We can hear you still. But no, I mean, obviously we were talking about Carolina and Keandre Miller and then potentially Adam Fox. I think that's an interesting. Yeah, I don't know if they're willing to move off of him. That's just one of those things that could be completely tossed out because they might just say, no, we're not moving him unless it's like a huge, crazy trade. So, you're not moving Hagens in that deal, right? That doesn't really make sense. It's not. You're still looking for a 1C and you're hoping he can be that. We could talk a little bit about him. The last thing I was going to say on the Canes though is Taylor Hall. I mean, it would be awesome to see him win a cup. Like obviously wish he was still a Bruin, but great dude, hell of a hockey player, just seems like a beauty. And he would now if he won a cup, he would have a Stanley Cup, a Hart Trophy, and a I think that might be it. But if he won the Conn
World
Smythe,
Championship.
yeah,
He
yeah,
might have been on a big team. Maybe not. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, he probably won either way. I mean, just would be a good guy to root for as Bruins fans, obviously. But I was gonna move off of that and say Hagens. I've watched a little bit of this tournament. We were just talking about how Bouchard got his head taken off and was completely cold conked out there. That was tough to see. I guess he had some concussion issues before that, but he was out like a light, just absolutely chin over shin. But Hagen's deployment has been weird in this. Like, I don't know how much you guys have watched. I haven't watched a ton, but just anytime I've tried to watch, he's really not getting a lot of ice time. And it seems odd because they have a lot of guys who are just like complete nothing burgers out there. So, but the fact he's there is good, and I've liked what I've seen in small sample sizes. I think he's still an exciting prospect here for next season. Come October, it's going to be fun to watch that kid develop over the course of a year, battle. It's always exciting to have the youth infused. as long as they don't send him to Providence.
You
He'll
should
be
see
down in
some
Provo
mag
for a while.
my skull if they do that.
But yeah,
You know who's unless you're about to say something, Mike.
no, I was trying to
We were
think.
just talking about like defensemen that like I think we've all agreed we need like a dynamic type defenseman. He's a young guy and they just acquired him in a trade. So like I don't know if he'd even be someone they'd move, but Zeev Bouillon, Vancouver. I mean, I know they're rebuilding. They probably really like him over there, but I think he'd be a guy that I don't know what he'd cost, but I love his game, and I think he'd be like a perfect guy to pair with McAvoy.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna get him though. I mean, you'd have to probably move a couple firsts at that point, but it just seems like they're probably too happy with what they got in return for Quinn Hughes. It would take a lot, I would think, but not a terrible idea by any means. I mean, you're looking for a high-end defensive prospect. Is he a righty or a lefty?
Lefty.
Yeah. I think you're so looking for a righty. That's why I like Adam Fox. Like to me, he brings a lot of what you're missing on the back end. He might not be like the McAvoy physical shutdown defender, but he defends with his feet and with his stick and really good in transition, like extremely good positive underlying analytic numbers, even on bad teams. So that's a solution. Probably friends with Chucky McAvoy. That's an interesting one. I'll throw another one at you that I was thinking about is a guy who's still playing. I'm not sure his age, but I believe he's around Pastrnak, Zaka's age. Tomas Hertl. It's kind of an intriguing one because he's on a smaller contract because he was already they already retained money when they got him, and I think they're kind of against the cap right now, if I'm not incorrect.
Yeah, I've heard talks of them. Like he's on his way out
And he's
next
playing,
year.
dude. He looks really good out there.
He
Like,
wasn't looking that great for a while though. Recently, he stepped his game up. Like I mean, that fucking backhand the other night was fucking sick.
yeah, but he's been a dog on meat on the puck, and I will say, like, I've heard that too. But let's be honest, that team didn't have a great season, and I just care about the playoffs, man. Like, look at Colorado with Martin HS. Like, Ranton in the playoffs has been an animal. Like, not single-handedly winning games, but being a huge part of it. Martin HS, like that looked like a very solid pivot from Colorado if that kind of situation with Rantanen blew up. But HS was non-existent for the Avs. Like he was another one of their just completely nothing burgers out there. Like McKinnon didn't do much towards the end. He might have been hurt. I don't know. Who knows? Obviously, Makar, Brock Nelson, Kadri, go down the list. Like really, they just didn't get offense, and Natchez is supposed to bring that. And I just think like, all right, wouldn't you love to have Natchez? Yeah, sure. But come playoffs, like, is that who you get? A guy who isn't producing? I don't care if he gets 100 points in the regular season, to be honest. And I guess this is kind of a similar conversation with Marner, but I just feel like Marner's had enough playoff points and reps where you can see the player. I don't know. Anyway, I think Hertl could be interesting for the Bruins. Bring in a center, force him out of a bad situation, like force the Vegas Golden Knights hand a little bit, so you don't have to trade Hagens and a first for Robert Thomas. Like, might be kind of a guy to bring in who's not bad, solid player, Czech background, has a decent cap hit, similar age to your core, has a lot of skill.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely intriguing.
Yeah. What else can we talk about the Bees? I mean, you
I think I sent you guys the post, but offer sheets. Marcus made a nice one. Nice post.
you see he started a pod too. Shout out to Marcus.
Did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he just started a pod with him and a buddy, so shout out to them. I think it's called After Further Review. Check that out if you enjoyed listening to him on our podcast. It was a great interview. I see the contracts. I don't see the offer sheets that you sent.
Let me try to find it, but in the meantime, there was one that I saw that is a guy we've talked about prior, Simone Nemec.
Mm.
And if you offer sheet him for like 4.7, you'd only have to give up a second round pick.
Yeah, and he's probably not like that's betting on the player though, right? Because he hasn't
Exactly.
had great impact in the NHL. So that's a pretty big overpay and a gamble.
But with the rising cap, I think that's a risk. As the Bruins, like I'd be willing to make that.
No, I'm not trying to shoot that idea down. I definitely think it's interesting. If you're the Bruins and you watch him play and you see enough like raw talent that you believe in it, definitely not. I mean, look at Zaka, right? I mean, he's a younger player. There's a lot more of like a moldability with younger guys. So is he a righty?
He is a righty.
Okay, that's huge. They really need a fucking righty. They got that Brunet kid. They have Lorai, Zadorov, and Hampus Lindholm locked up. They got to get a fucking guy who can play defense on the right side. Help McAvoy out a little bit. What were some of the other names? Well, obviously there's the Robertson thing, but I think we had talked about
Can't
that.
offer sheet him though. That's like
Yeah.
4 first round picks.
And that just makes no sense to pay that guy that much and trade him
Paid for him.
trade for 4 first-round picks. And they have to be your own. So I think the Bruins no, they could do it. I don't know really who else is out there. I mean, is Zellweger an RFA?
Yeah, I just found the post actually. So we got Robertson, McMichael, Nemec, Minchikov, Zellweger. Those 3 defensemen right there, solid names. Jordan Spence, Gritsuk, Michael Kesselring. That's a pretty good one too, actually. He was sick on Utah, but didn't really. I don't know. Buffalo kind of wrote him off.
A kid on my men's league team, JB, had played for us last week or something.
Sick
Knows
talk.
that he knows that kid. Yeah, he did a pretty sick talk. He knows that kid pretty well, I guess. Kesselring. Like he's
He played at New Hampton actually.
Where's that in Connecticut?
That's in New Hampshire. That's where remember Jack Ring came on. That's where
Oh,
he played. Jack didn't play with him. A kid from my town. I'm friends with his brother. His older brother played at Holy Cross. He played at New Hampton with him.
gotcha.
He's sick.
Yeah, he talks him up, and he said that Buffalo's been a tough situation with him. But I do remember him playing pretty well in Utah. But yeah, there's some interesting names. I've heard some
He's a
things.
right shot too.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I would swing on a guy who's a righty. I think they've tried with this too many lefties, and their breakout's already an issue. So to force a guy to play his offside is just not a great idea.
Yeah.
But Spence, I've heard some good things about, and what was the other one? McMichael, the forward for the Capitals. He's an RFA.
Yeah.
I've always liked him, man. He's a skilled centerman. He could be an interesting one. I don't know their cap situation because that plays a big factor in an
On
offense.
Marcus's post, he has him listed as a left wing. So
I've seen him play middle.
maybe he's like a hybrid.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably has played a lot of both. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, each situation you have to look at individually, right, with their team. Because you can make an offer sheet to the Caps, but if they have plenty of money, he's a prospect they've developed. They're not going to just let him walk.
Yeah.
And they're a team that needs youth. He's a good player. He's a 24-year-old, 25-year-old kid. It'd be stupid to let him go for like a $6 million.
Yeah, but sometimes you get a team up against the cap. And I mean, I know that's hard with the cap rising as it is
No pun
right
intended.
now, but you saw it happen to fucking Edmonton 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's individual. Like Edmonton is probably in a different situation than Washington. I feel like they got money. That's the only reason I mentioned that. But of course, yeah, that situation was the perfect example of how the offer sheet can work.
Yeah, like Marcus put projected AAVs here. Like Kesselring is 2.8, Spence is 3.1, Zellweger and Minchikov are like 3.4, Nemec is 4.4. All those are in the second round range.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting. I think that could be a good route for them. I don't know
Yeah.
which one particularly now, but Yeah, they'd be stupid not to look into it because we've been talking so much. They came out, they need talent, right? Like they just need talent, and you can't find that easily.
I'm curious to see how much cap space Buffalo has because obviously you have the Tuck contract coming up, and I think he's gonna get like 11 million. So that's a pretty big chunk there.
I think I heard they're like 10, 11 million in room. So if they were to pay him what his open market value is, they're forced to shed some salary elsewhere.
Yeah, so you throw an offer sheet to Kesselring. He's your sixth defenseman on the right. He's a guy that can score, and he has potential, a lot of upside there.
Yeah.
He's not going to be your number one offensive defenseman, but could be a solid number four.
Yeah, and maybe sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe you even look at like Zellweger and you move off of Lori and you say like, all right, and what can we get for Lori? Can we get a forward? Like, and then you get creative with that. Like, there's endless possibilities.
For sure.
You just got to be aggressive. Like, you look at this post that I just put out about Vegas, right? Just their cutthroat moves. There's a couple in there that's pretty funny. Like Eric Halla, I didn't even know this, but he found out he was traded because his key card didn't work at the team facility. He tried to scan into the facility, and his key card declined. And he was like, "What's the deal?" And they were like,
That's brutal.
You got traded."
So I'm looking at Buffalo's offseason projections. They have 15.4 million. Tuck UFA, Krebs RFA, Benson RFA, obviously Kesselring, Logan Stanley, and Luke Shen.
Yeah, so they got some.
They got guys to sign. Benson's probably getting. I don't think they can sign both Benson and Tuck. I think Benson's getting like 8 million.
Tuck might be
probably
gone.
7.
I could see Tuck being gone. I don't think he was great in the playoffs. He was good against us, actually, but I feel like everybody was good against us.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah, so it's interesting though. I mean, I've heard things about Spence's like underlying numbers that are pretty good, and that's where I'm at. Like an Adam Fox, a guy who's an analytics darling, I think could help this team and be less of an acquisition cost. You know, like you look at Anderson, because I think that's the thing I brought up with Hertl is I'm pretty sure they haven't signed Anderson yet, and they probably want to, right? So if he goes to free agency, if the Bruins say, "Oh, we'll throw a bag at whatever his first name is," Rasmus, yeah, thank you, Rasmus Anderson, like you don't win that way. You don't really survive by paying guys in free agency as we've seen with Elias Lindholm.
Yeah, I think from what I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, I think the Bruins in the position that they're in just as an organization, not really wanting to take a ton of time here to get really back into the mix. I mean, the Bruins have been a team that they've always been somewhat in the mix, but I think right now, looking at this core, and obviously they want a Stanley Cup, what you guys are saying, like they need to go out and make hockey trades. They have to make some moves that, like the Golden Knights, like just a little bit cutthroat. Just kind of, we always say you got to grab your nads and make a move, because I think you got to take a risk here at some point with some of these guys, whether it's an offer sheet or like just try to find ways that you don't have to just go to the free agency market and throw a bag at someone, because I agree, Mike always says it, you can't build a team in free agency, so
No.
they got to get creative. I think that's the word. That's the name of this pod. Just creativity. Creativity is one of the biggest things in life, man, right? You got to be creative.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way to get through life.
You know what, man? I would also even double down on that and say, like, especially now with how crazy oversaturated everything is, like you have to stand out, you have to be different, you have to make a different decision. You can't be doing like the same old like cookie cutter shit, because it just doesn't cut it. No pun intended.
Chinks.
Preach.
That is crazy. I think where that came from was, I honestly think that was a Shane Gillis joke that got weaved into my head and confused me what that phrase was because he got in trouble for saying, whatever, something, whatever he said. And just repeating. It's
Yeah,
funny.
just like I'm not gonna say that.
Funny to get canceled. Imagine getting canceled. Not that I would ever get canceled, but getting canceled repeating what someone else did who got canceled. It's like, fuck. I was quoting what he said. They're like, you said it though, so you're
But a
gone.
lot of their stuff in cancellation happens before they would ever think that they would get canceled. Like I was listening to
Yeah.
that podcast the other night, and they were talking about just tweets that they had sent out years before. And he's like, then you have to look at those people in the eyes and apologize to them. He's like, I
Yeah.
don't even remember making that tweet.
Yeah. No, you're right. And the Gillis thing happened like while he was nobody and then, but I'm not expecting that ascension necessarily, but it's funny with Gillis too. He actually like I remember he used to kind of shit on Rogan. And then he like got on Rogan and was like fucking I don't know what I was just jealous. I was a pussy.
You're actually my Buddha.
I love you.
Something I heard from them, it was Matt that was talking about it, and I wanted to see how you guys like feel about it because it is kind of funny. Like if you, like I know Mike, you play in it sometimes. Jake, I don't know if you do any like pickup leagues at all ever, or if it's only like you only play on a team setting.
Yeah, I just play on a team. I mean, I did it with you guys in college, but that's it.
Yeah, a couple times. But I thought it was funny because Matt McCusker was talking about his like pickup basketball league that he's in. And
Yeah.
how he goes hard in the paint, like he's practicing his layups. But I just thought it was funny that like he was talking about how hard he goes, and like people get so pissed at him because like you got to think in the pit, like if you're on a team like a men's league team, you can kind of ride and die with your guys. You know what I mean? Like you're going back to that locker room. You're not really fighting with those guys. It is what it is. It's left on the ice. But something I've noticed even for myself that's kind of funny, and this is just kind of something else to bring to the pod. But like if I'm in a men's if I'm in a men's league or like a pickup style where you just show up, hop out on the ice and split up the teams, I tend to always get in fights with people that I'm like sitting next to in the locker room. And they don't end up being on my team, but then afterwards it'll be like towards the end of the skate. And I'm like, I'm literally sitting next to this guy that I just like got into a brawl with. So it was just funny listening to him talk about it. And I don't like, obviously, it'd probably be more so for Mike. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in that instance, but
I've seen you get into that situation.
yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that the
I
other
think
day.
it is just karma. That's just karma directly
I
getting
mean,
you.
it's just puck don't lie.
Yeah, like you were definitely like, like because exactly what you're saying, like you on a men's league team, you go in the locker room with all your guys. You have like a jersey.
But
the
I don't even
pickup-
think it's fair, Mike. I don't even think it's fair to say it's karma because it's for the love of the game, man. Like think about that, right? That
Well, what-
same statement. When I go out there, pick up hockey,
Okay.
right? You and me end up on the same team.
Yeah.
The week before we might not have been, but tonight, the game that we're playing, you're a ride or die. I'm going
Yeah.
down with the ship.
Yeah.
You're wearing white. You're wearing black, whatever color we're on.
Yeah. Reversible
Like,
jersey.
just take it to heart, man. You know what I mean? I'm out there. I'm not taking a night off.
Yeah, no, you're not. I mean,
No
true. It's like,
tummy sticks.
yeah, you're just a weekend warrior at that point. Just you're like you know what you are? You're like is it a missionary? A mercenary. You're just a hired gun. You know what I mean? Like you'll go out there and kill for anybody. You'll kill for this guy, and then some other dude pays you to kill him next. You got no team. No, but just to clear that up, I wasn't saying karma like that was bad. Like you sitting next to the locker room is it's just you have to like face that demon now. Like you know what I mean? It's like you don't get to wait till next week when he's on your team and you sit next to him on the bench. You just got to immediately just.
So
be
that's
like,
why I can respect the guys that like will actually say something. Like that's what I love about it. Because you'll have some like you think like Coop, for example. Like you know him. Guy's crazy. He's obviously off his rocker. But like he's a guy, like he'll say something, which I kind of respect. But it's almost worse with like you go out there, it's a Tuesday night, you dummy somebody in the corner. And then like you'll go back, I'll be untying my skates and the guy sitting next to me doesn't say a word.
Yeah, he just leaves the locker room right away. You're like, that was weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe you
just
shouldn't
like
have thrown a fucking hip check on him in the corner, but no, I hear you.
tapped my shin guard.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
You'd always rather just say it, right? Just get it off your chest. But we'll move
But
on. Yeah.
yeah, that's how you got to play.
Yeah.
Hard on the sleeve.
That should be like the men's league team we make, the mercenaries. The gross
Yeah.
mercenaries.
There's so many good names. You
Yeah.
could definitely come up with something. I mean, I think even a gross men's league team would be kind of sick.
Yeah. Or the Komodos.
Giraffes.
What was it?
The gross giraffes.
Just stick with the alliteration. The giraffe, such a like non-threatening animal.
Yeah, until they
Leaf
fucking
eaters.
smack you with their neck.
Yeah. Leaf eaters is actually a good one though, and it is off of giraffe. You know what a leaf eater is?
It'd be
Jake?
sick though if we had a bunch of kids like Wattsburg. Like imagine if there was a men's league team just filled with like
Yeah. Dude, if we could
tall
do
kids.
like a Vegas Golden Knights style expansion draft, dude, and just pluck players off of different teams, we could assemble just a sick squad. The gross leaf eaters.
Well, the
I,
content
um,
aspect is a weird landscape because I'm kind of curious how hockey is gonna evolve with that. Like we've talked about it, like different guys that we've seen, like Brody True seems to be doing it,
We had
trying to
Tony.
create kind of a Tony Sauce, but it's almost like you think of golf and how much that blew up like during COVID and then like YouTube golf, but like how that could translate to hockey because it's not really just like a you just show up, book a tea time type thing and
I mean, I think you're right. I think a lot of people would watch that. And I also think a lot of people, you look at now how much hockey is growing. Like we talked about heated rivalry, and then we now with off campus. I think off campus is like the what they actually needed. Like heated rivalry was too soon. It was like you can't introduce like a romance about hockey that has no hockey knowledge at all to the hockey world and expect hockey culture to really embrace it. Some people did, and that's fair. I'm not shitting on it, but that particular show, I don't think should have been the first one. Is that crazy to say? Off
I
campus,
mean I didn't
great
watch
version.
yeah I didn't watch heated rivalries. After talking to you I watched like I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes
Yeah.
into what is it off campus? I always want to say off season for some reason.
Don't do
Off
that,
campus
dude.
though.
What's the name of this show, dudu?
I
I'm
mean,
not.
I posted a picture of it on PDL. I wasn't even tossing you under the bus,
No,
but
Is it
no,
good?
no. It is
yeah,
good.
it's pretty.
It is
Yeah,
good.
it is pretty good. It's
I
one of those
saw,
things
like-
where you don't want to publicly, I think, say it's really good.
Well,
but
it's
really
like, it's
good.
like, you know what it is? It's the show equivalent of getting like a umbrella in your drink. I think you
Oh,
just
yeah.
accept it. You say, yeah, I like a little bit of romance. That doesn't make me gay. It's not gay to like women. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty straight. So that's my 2 cents on it. But no, it's good. I mean, I didn't watch Heated Rivalry either, just not my thing. And I heard from a lot of people too that it was not really hockey like centric even. It was really just two
Yeah.
guys butt fucking who played
Yeah, I
hockey.
think that was the pretty whole dynamic of the show.
And power to him. I mean, I heard there's some power bottoms and all that, but not my thing, And this one was better. The lead she's very attractive. It's pretty funny. Like it's well done. And I think it was a book series, and I guess that was like really popular. So obviously, you combine things like that and it's kind of crack cocaine, especially for just women, like book porn is a huge thing. Huge thing. They like words. But anyway, so to bring that conversation a little bit back to the ground it does make sense that hockey's just going to continue to grow. Like you have all these people who just didn't know shit about it. So I think people are interested in the sport, and like you watch like a Tony Sauce video and you hear the chirps that go on in like a Tuesday men's league and you see the fights. It's a very unique sport to watch, and watching on TV, you don't really get that like inside level. So I hear what you're saying. I think there is definitely
I just don't think anyone's mastered the film aspect of it. Like
You're
I think
talking about
that's the game breaker of it. Like building up the storylines, building up
yeah.
the inside look type thing. Like
Yeah.
it has to almost be more of a like everyone on that team like has to actually like have a part in what's like happening.
Yeah.
And like kind of like not that it's like fictional, but yeah, that there's like some type of skits built into it.
Yeah.
An inside look into the locker room and kind of like what's happening, or where it's not just like a lot of those videos that you see right now. It's more so just actually what it is, which is just someone holding a camera and a quick intro type thing.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you could even do like you know how we did those posts where it was like the types of hockey player? Like you could have each person on the team picks like a stereotype, and they kind of play like an exaggerated version of that. And you
yeah,
could just do, yeah, I mean, that will be interesting if someone makes like a hockey show based on because I will say like Tony Sauce and all those guys doing that, they are like kind of close to it. Like I see
oh,
that Tony
100%.
Sauce he's building the storyline of almost like it's be a pro, like the NHL video game,
Yeah.
which is
No,
not
I'm not knocking them. They're kind
no,
of setting the tone here, so I think it's just as you do it, like yeah, they'll continue to grow, and I think the game itself is just growing so much, like you said, with all the TV shows popping off. You're getting into so many different markets now,
yeah,
and I think it's like I think the NHL as a whole should really be like kind of like I think they should almost be creating like their own stuff
yeah, they could do more.
off the side type
They've
to
been late to the whole thing. Like they almost
yeah
don't get why these things fall into their lap. Like off campus has nothing to do with the NHL, right? And
yeah
but I do think a huge point of it is the personalities of these players. Like I think a ton of the credit goes to guys like Brad Marchand and the list goes on. But like the people who don't know much about the NHL or hockey should know that guy. Especially in the city that he plays. It's just like it's entertainment at the end of the day. And these guys their personalities are awesome. And when you start to see that, you get interested, and then people have these little like a lot of women just love Brad Marchand, you know?
yeah.
That's a huge thing because they just I don't know, I don't
That
really
video popped off, dude.
yeah,
That
like that
edit.
with that whatever song, like Sabrina Carpenter or something.
Yeah.
It's like there's something in that feeds girl brain, and I don't exactly know what it is, but I'll keep throwing it in the oven,
Yeah.
keep cooking it.
Every 6 months that'll get reposted. We'll let that one cook again.
Just every time I see an edit like that, I'm just posting it. Just see
Yeah.
what happens. But yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. Jake, anything out of your notebook?
No, not hockey related. You guys were just talking about Shane Gillis though. I'm super excited for season 3 of Tires to come out.
Yeah, me too. I am. I don't know when that's coming out, but
August.
oh yeah, the last season was great. It's very like
I've been doing this thing where like a lot of times I'll listen to podcasts at work, but I've kind of been getting bored of that. So I'll just throw a show on and like listen to it while I'm working, and it's the best thing ever.
yeah,
It's the best.
that's a
I've
cheat.
watched Tires 3 times through at work.
That's a good show to watch too, and every once in a while maybe you can like poke a little look at
Yeah,
Shane's
just like a
face.
little peek.
Remember the scene where they're doing like sexual like HR training or whatever, and he's like leading the presentation.
Yeah.
I forget exactly, but there's something about like he looks at like a woman in a wheelchair, and he's like, "You can't fuck women in a wheelchair" or something like that. It just like interprets the thing completely wrong. But yeah, no, he is
Who's the actor that plays Will? It's like I know it's like all of his friends.
dude. So that guy, I've heard of him. You guys got to listen to the Gerben. So it's Steve Gerben. They call him Gerbies or the Gruel King, which I'm not even going to get into what the Gruel King is. But if there's a video, Gruel King, Matt and Shane's secret podcast, you got to listen to it because they just carved that guy. But he's he's just one of his friends. I think he has something with his hands. He's got some kind of disability.
Oh, really?
Have you not noticed his hands are very like locked, like they're like
No,
almost.
I haven't noticed actually.
Yeah,
McClusker's not on that, is he?
it's McCusker.
Oh, sorry.
No, there's no cluck.
All right. No Gluck Gluck.
But no, I think he made like a cameo in it though. He was a biker. He had like one scene or he was in one episode or something. But yeah, it's a
Okay.
good show. It's a hell of a show.
Yes.
But yeah, we're getting on to kind of crazy topics, just anything out of left field. Anything else new with you guys? I mean, yeah, anything?
I'm going to Florida in 2 weeks. I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah, dude. Where are you
Yeah.
going?
Fort Lauderdale area.
Prime time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be, it's gonna be
It won't be too crazy. But
famous
it'll be-
last words,
Yeah,
buddy.
that always starts off.
Who are you going with?
I'm going down by myself. One of my buddies just moved there. The kid I was working out with for a while. He's like running this like baseball facility down there. He's like a baseball trainer. He played semi-pro.
Yeah, give him a shout out.
Diamond hit it.
He's got our merch. I know who you're talking.
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
We
He's a
follow him
big
on the
supporter.
account.
He actually, his girlfriend has I guess, stole his Puck Don't Lie hat and was wearing it. She's playing pro soccer in Iceland. So she was wearing it in one of her pictures. I thought that was pretty cool. Fucking halfway across the world.
Hell yeah, dude. Tell him I'll send him another one. We got plenty
Yeah.
of Puck Don't Lies. But that'll be fun. You don't think it's gonna be too crazy?
Nah, he doesn't really drink too much, but I don't know, we'll probably go out to dinner, a lot of working out, kind of just go to the beach. Honestly, just kind of chill.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We'll see.
Yeah. How long are you going for?
Going from Saturday morning to Tuesday, like afternoon.
You got to make sure you go to the elbow room.
Isn't that like, oh, that's in is that in Sunrise or in Lottie?
It's in,
Lauderdale.
it's in Lauderdale. It's on the
Okay.
strip.
I'll try to make an appearance.
It's the famous NHL bar.
I mean, you think any of them will be there?
Well, you might, maybe not. I didn't go there thinking they would, but we just wanted to see it. It was, it's historic, man.
Okay.
Elbow room. It's a cool, just like little dive bar. They have pictures of all the NHL guys who've been through. It's just a cool spot to check out. The other one, this place is a pretty nice establishment. It's called 11.
That's
E
a club.
E with 2 1s and then like Evan or
Yeah, it's one of the biggest clubs in Miami, right?
yeah, club, gentleman establishment, whatever you really wanna, whatever phrase you want to use. I don't know,
It's pretty
but
well put together.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fine establishment, and
I
it's
think
first.
you and your buddy would like it.
Yeah, I think you and your buddy. It honestly sounds like a good place to just grab a dinner and have
Yeah.
some drinks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll be stepping foot in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You might see some confetti on the ground. You might see, I don't know, you might see a lot of things.
Just don't look up.
Don't. Yeah, don't look up. And don't get handsy. But yeah,
But that's Gross Hockey. Thanks for joining.
Might have to hit up our boy Big C's while I'm down there.
Hit him up, dude.
yeah, you definitely should, dude. Have them take you around the fucking Lauderdale Strip, whatever it's called, Lauderdale Broadway on Lauderdale or something.
Yeah, I don't
Their
know.
equivalent. It's a good time. Senor Frogs was another place we went to.
Yeah, I've heard
Little-
that place.
I
It's
think
like a
that-
spring break bar or some shit.
Yeah, those are in like every place that is like a spring break location, like Mexico, Cabo, like all those places just have a senior. It's just dedicated to being a gimmick bar, I guess, for like Americans whenever they go on vacation. But that one I wouldn't recommend as high as the other two fine establishments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. I don't know. Is there anything else hockey wise that we missed? I mean, you wanted to bring up some of those contracts. I don't think that is, and I think you didn't because it's not like tons of big names in here. But why don't we just go across the wagon? What do you guys think about what's his name? Merkulov. Are they gonna let him walk?
I mean, I don't even know at this point with him. Jesus fucking Christ.
We can make a compilation video out of this episode.
Uh,
I'm gonna start the
how's that water
podcast.
coming?
I'm gonna start the podcast with just your voice cracks in a row.
Please do.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like Patras is an RFA. They got to probably just like tender a lot of these guys. You don't have to like go into extreme details, but Lysell, I think Blue Mel's a UFA. He's probably just gonna find a different opportunity, I would guess. Patrick Brown, the captain Komodo Dragon is a free agent. See what happens there. Riley Tufte is a UFA. And then you got Frederick Brunet. Oh no, he's signed. Michael Callahan. I don't know. Who really gives a shit, to be honest? We'll see.
Send them all to the moon.
Yeah, restart
Let's
this.
restart
fucking
the yeah. Let's fix this.
Yeah. Yeah, so all right, Adam Fox, Thomas Hertl, this team's back in like the third round next year. Maybe.
They're in a much better spot.
For sure.
And infuse some of the youth.
Yeah, like Hagen's Minton development.
I want to see Patra.
Yeah, I
Great
do
for
want.
Pellegrini.
Yeah, I know. The kid's ridiculous. It's interesting though, it's just tough. Like they got so many fucking roster spots. Like, is Patra, are they gonna give him a shot? Or are they gonna opt for Corrali again? I don't know. I mean, not to shit on Corrali. I think he was useful, but just where this team's trying to go. You know? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think the
Inject
bottom
the
six
youth
is
into the
fine
lineup.
if you can go out and get some more talent. You know what I mean? Like I think like they have a lot of great pieces. I think Cassidy looks great. I think Tanner Jeannot played pretty well. Like I think you have guys that would be very useful on a team that can go on a run, but you don't have the guys yet that can help you get to the point of going on a run.
Yeah, the bigger pieces for sure. Yeah. It almost seems like they built a foundation and then they just don't have like a bedroom. You know, which is like you do have to build the foundation first.
Yeah, they just ran out of materials, man.
Yeah.
It's like they built.
We have all the
for the
tools.
foundation.
We got like the concrete's poured. but
All
we
the
can't
lads.
start building the house yet.
We got a line. We went to Home Depot and got 30 lads outside of the house, and we just don't have concrete. Yeah. Or
No one brought wood.
no one brought wood. They forgot. Yeah. But you do have to, you're going to start somewhere. And like we've said, I mean, that's the season, you know, would have been better to have a top 5 pick or a top 6 pick, whatever. But would you guys really have preferred to watch a shitty Bruins season? You know, if it ended them with like the Leafs still got their pick and we got like 12th?
No.
I mean, I think hindsight's 2020. It's tough.
Yeah. It's tough when you lose.
Like I think right now, and you're horizontal, and Jake's got over there. Like, yeah, it'd be great to have a nice pick here, but yeah, I mean, when you're in it and you have nothing to look forward to, and you're just waiting for a Bruins game, and
Yeah.
I'll
you're
tell
just
you
watching
what.
them get killed every night.
When I was at the game,
Oh, yeah.
I
What
was
game was that
definitely
again?
wishing they had a fucking top 5 pick.
That is crazy, dude. Like that is probably the worst Bruins game to
Look
go
at his
to
face.
last.
Look at his face.
Just like
Just point and laugh at him.
I'm pointing and laughing at myself.
I'm fucking with you.
What do
dude.
you
I
think-
Yeah, it was the worst game you could have possibly. It's not your fault. It's just shitty luck.
so. Would you have chosen Game 7 against Florida to be at
Oof.
over the game that Jake went to?
Or Game 7 against St. Louis.
Yeah.
You would have chosen those.
Yeah, I mean, as much
What
of a heartbreak as it is, like it was actually it's still a good game. Like, I mean, the St. Louis one was they really weren't ever really out of it like that. Like against Buffalo, like right out of the gates, they were done. They were cooked.
I'm sorry.
She's just such a leaf eater.
It looked like a dog, dude, looking out
Dude,
the
do that
window, like, when the mailman got there.
Do that again, dude. Extendo neck.
Jake, do you
Who
know what
was it? Anyone?
yeah.
What?
Do you know what a leaf eater is?
Yeah, it's like one of those big ass dinosaurs with the long necks.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
think. I'm actually not sure about that, but that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about Jamie, it's a woman, a tall woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was that lingo from? Is that Home by Three?
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what
You
it was.
said it to me. I don't even know.
I think I sent you the reel because Jordan Schmaltz used to put, he might even still do it, but he would do these videos of like term of the week,
Yeah.
people's term of the week, and he's like leaf feeder. You ever see those broads walking around? Just I don't know what he said, but tall broads being called leaf feeders is pretty funny. But but even with have spending the money, Jake, like if you spent $4,000 to go see the Bruins lose Game 7 to St. Louis, or if you spent 1,200 to see them lose to Florida.
I mean, I guess I'm fine with what I did, but money wise, I don't know. They both would have sucked.
I think that it's just like choosing the heartbreak factor of it. Like
Yeah.
that Panthers, that's just pure heartbreak. That's you just watched your childhood end in front of you.
Yeah, he did make a good point though that like that Florida game would have been a roller coaster to be at. Like, yeah, the end would have been misery, but I mean,
The
we've said it.
investment
Yeah,
would have been you're into it the whole game and not
yeah, yeah. The Game 7 against St. Louis, and then obviously just the game whatever 4 against Buffalo was, just bad hockey to watch. Although Game 7 against St. Louis, at least they like had a good first period. That was the worst first period in Bruins history. It had to have been in playoff Bruins history.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
was brutal. They had 2 shots on goal. It was down 4-0. It's like,
What were we
boys.
doing? We were coaching, weren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that game. That was an
'Cause I
early Sunday.
remember I like recorded it and I watched it from the beginning and it was just like my phone was blowing up. I wasn't looking at it. It
Yeah.
was just one after another.
I was getting texts from one of my friends in Marshfield. He was texting me. He's like, "This is fucking brutal." And I was like, "Damn it," because I wasn't gonna I was gonna wait till I got home, and I was hoping it was like 0-0, after 1. And he's like, "Dude, 2-0," and I sent him a text, and he's like, "Fucking 3-0." I'm like, "God damn it, dude."
A bunch of my friends were texting me saying, "Fuck you. It's because you're there." Like, yeah, honestly, you're probably right.
Just making the situation way worse for you.
So angry.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, I was thinking about going to one of these games, and I almost went to Game 6. Um, you know, I mean, it's tough. Those playoff losses plus the money you spend is just like it's definitely a low point in life where you were so excited and you're just so beaten down.
Yeah, it's life, man.
That is life. That's true. So yeah, I mean the only other thing I really wanted to mention on here is what we were talking about before we hit record, which is look, Gross Hockey apparel, the apparel business. I did not think that I would be in apparel a year ago. I think we all put our little dumb heads together and we rubbed it together, and all of a sudden we're selling a bunch of merch. It's cool. But we're looking at now different things. So I guess if anybody's listening at this point and you have a team that you're associated with in any kind who might need custom apparel, hit the DMs because we're working. We're out here working. All right. We're going to partner with some teams. We're going to create dope apparel for them. We're talking hats, undershirts, like hockey athletic kind of workout apparel, sweatpants, jackets, stuff like that. So if you need it, come through Gross Hockey, support your favorite Instagram page instead of giving your money to fucking Pure Hockey, because they're going to rinse you. No spit, no lube, sandpaper finish. But yeah, guys, that's really it. Just wanted to mention that. A little bit of a different direction. Still pumping out some cool merch. I think a lot of people are Bruins fans, so not a ton new in that department, but that's what we got. I think Vegas is going to win the cup. It's going to be a hell of a final. We shall see. If you made it this far, see a therapist, and appreciate you listening. Have a good week. We will we'll see you. Maybe we'll try to do a pre-draft conversation. Get somebody on who knows a little bit more than I do or any of us. And
I say I don't know my shit.
well, maybe you do. Do you?
I think look back from last year, everything I said pretty spot on. You
All
did.
right. Well, all right. Well, yeah, we'll circle back. All right. So we'll get you as our insider.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We'll see
All
what
right.
Jake hears.
Thank you all.
Hearing things. Hear voices.
Peace.
See ya.
When I'm counting sheep, and I'm somewhere I'm living remote. And the beach should probably me. Got a cat that he came with a boat. One more time, let me hear you. How the fuck I'm bored? I've been cooking on the yacht. How the fuck I taught? It's a movie every style. I can barely walk. I got Uzi on the dot. I stay 10 toes. I got Gucci on my socks. Someone make it stop.